Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast a day. Another day, another pod, another film, another bad film, another film that I don't like, that I am then recommending to you because I notoriously have bad taste. Today's bad film of choice is After Earth, aka Nepotism the movie. It stars Will Smith, Willard Smith. Sorry, I'll call you by your full name. And then I will immediately get it out of my mouth just to sort of save me any kind of physical harm here. These are all just jokes. I mean, that wasn't enough of an excuse. Anyway, and his son Jaden Smith. I don't think that's short for anything. Jadard. I don't know. Yeah. And to be honest, like you can, Idris Elba. I remember his daughter sort of berated him for not getting her a role where she could play his daughter in a film because you got to be the best person to get the role, and he didn't lean into the sort of helping out in that kind of way. And I'm not against helping out your kids if you're in the position where you can. What did you do it all for, right? But like the reason to me, it's like full on nepo movie isn't just because Jaden Smith's in a movie. Like nepotism would have helped him get in Karate Kid and other stuff, right? But it's the fact that it's him and Will, and there's no one else. I don't remember if there's any other people in this film. I mean, I'm looking at a cast. There's like a good 15 names here, but from what I remember about After Earth, the whole thing is they're on a ship, they crash, and it's literally just Will and Jaden Smith the whole time. It's like a little passion project film. I here have it as a 2-star. I think that's too high. This is for the first time ever in history that my rating has been higher than the average rating. The average rating is a 1.7 here on Letterboxd, and I think I got to drop mine down. I've never watched this film since I've seen it. It's M Night Shyamalan. M Night Shyamalan. It's harder. I feel like to say with an English accent. Let's look through some of his other films, see if we've seen any of them, heard of any of them. Well, he's done Split, Old, Knock at the Cabin, Glass, Unbreakable, Signs. I've heard of that. These are all kind of films, concept films, I guess. And sometimes they work better than others. He seems to be like a kind of hit or miss director who realistically more often than not misses. To be honest, the only other film of his I've seen is The Last Airbender. So through my mind's eye or whatever, or my actual eyes, this is a director who's given me After Earth and The Last Airbender. I can't exactly put him on the highest, pedigree, but that's just that. I also watched people watch a TV show because that's something that happens in this day and age. And I was watching these people watch this show directed by him called The Servant, and the first season's actually decent enough. Not something I'd ever watch on my own, but I was enjoying watching it through them. And then it turns in like the way how Riverdale. Now the first season of Servant I would say is better than the first season of Riverdale. Riverdale's still like not great at the beginning, but it's like something, and then it immediately just starts to devolve and then explode slash implode into something just no rules craziness, and like that's what happens to The Servant very quick. But let's read the synopsis for the film After Earth. I think I pretty much summed it up. It's Will Smith and little Will Smith. They've landed. Will Smith's too injured to go. Little Will Smith's got to go and get a cure for something. So he ventures off into like this jungly planet. They're on like a planet. It's not Earth. There's like big lizardy creatures, and he can't fear. Fear is the mind killer, type thing. And he kind of has Will Smith in his ear the whole time, and he's just sort of crying and going about the place. And I think Jaden Smith as an actor is clearly got a lot of natural ability. I think in Karate Kid he's pretty good, and that's just straight out the womb acting, But I think he never really improved or grew, and not that he maybe even wanted to, because he hasn't done many films. I mean, can we see? If I click on his name, will it show me some of the films he's done? Because he kind of like stopped doing anything for a while and then went into music, so it clearly wasn't the passion there. But yeah, that's what I mean. Karate Kid, again, he was in another film. All of his films, I feel like, have been heavily aided in some way. But, The Pursuit of Happiness. And he's good in this stuff. But I remember seeing him, like, get back into it recently. He was in, like, this, Life in a Year. One-off random movie he did. and it just kind of made my mind up on him as a actor now, which maybe is unfair. If he did something else, I could easily be won back over. But the synopsis of this one, we're taking a little detour. A Year in a Life. It, or there was another film about like which is just set in one day, which has the girl from Blackish, the daughter, can't remember her name, and Charles Melton in it. This isn't that, but it just reminded me of that because it's like I don't know why, but just something that kind of was a YA kind of story, young adult fictional book thing, which I guess gets some people. It's like fan fiction live action. A 17-year-old finds out that his girlfriend is dying, so he sets out to give her an entire life in the last year. Like, there's just so many films of this. The woman's like the girl or the guy's dying, and they just try and do something cute, and then they die, and it's like that's the film, and it's just like another example would be about calling him Cody. Cole Sprouse did some film called 12 Feet Apart. They've both got this disease and they can't actually be near each other, so always got to be 12 feet apart, but they're falling in love, and one of them's gonna die. You know what I mean? It's just like that kind of thing. I've never seen Meet Earl and the Dying Girl, but I think that's like on a level of that. But anyway, Jaden Smith in this film, like, I just think Jaden Smith, like, naturally probably got a decent level, like, above just the average person. But I think the issue is if I was like a casting director and I was like, Jaden Smith, come and do a monologue of your choice, anything you want, he would immediately pick the thing where he has to like be crying and snotting and snobbing, and he could probably cry and turn on within a second. But I don't know, he ain't very nuanced. It was just kind of like looks a bit. I mean, it's got Cara Delevingne in it. She's playing the dying one. You know, so this film's a bit of that. It's just a bit of like stress, crying. I don't like films where it's basically two protagonists, an adult and then a kid they have to protect. And this kind of isn't that because what I'm thinking of is the kids a little bit younger. They're more like sort of 12 years old. And then, it's like that Adam Driver film. Never saw it. The Dinosaurs. Spoke about it recently. But, anyway, let me get to the synopsis because I keep dancing around it. One, and also it'll be a little bit of a reminder to me because I don't actually fully remember. Danger is real. Fear is a choice. It's the mind killer. Fear is the little whatever, I can't remember it. I'm not that much of a Dune head yet. 1,000 years after cataclysmic events forced humanity's escape from Earth, Nova Prime has become mankind's home. Legendary General Cypher Raig, what, maybe one of those, maybe none of them, returns from an extended tour of duty to his estranged family, ready to be a father to his 13-year-old son. I mean, 13? Do I buy 13? I mean, this film was a long time. It came out in 2013. He probably was like 16. Okay, maybe I can believe it. There's been way bigger age gaps. For some reason, Will Smith looks like how he looks in Gemini Man in this poster. Like, he looks like he's CGI'd on, but that's just how he looks, I think. So maybe the age in Gemini Man wasn't actually that goofy. Maybe he did just... Anyway, he looks uncanny there, but he's a real person. Let's get back to it. And his son's called Kitai. They're like names I've not heard of, right? When an asteroid storm damages Cypher and Kitai's craft, they crash land on a now unfamiliar and dangerous Earth. Oh no, they're back on Earth. Oh wait, yeah, this is after Earth. Ding! That was it. So like they're back on this Earth after everyone's... so they're back on Earth, this Earth, but everyone's left it because we decided this is inhabitable or about to explode or something. So the new life has formed, and there's like tarantula demons or whatever the hell was on. I can't remember. Troll in the dungeon. They crash land on a now unfamiliar and dangerous Earth. As his father lies dying in the cockpit, Kitai must trek across the hostile terrain to recover their rescue beacon. His whole life, Kitai has wanted nothing more than to be a soldier like his father. Today he gets the chance, right? 13-year-old. I wouldn't say it's a coming of age story. It's more just like, overcome fear. I don't really remember what the message was. I guess it's just like, don't be afraid and go get the thing. The three most popular reviews, they're pretty long. Actually, no. We can get through some of these. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a good one. We'll just start with this one. 2 stars. Will, the man who kidnapped the director M. Night Shyamalan after he made The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and is now pretending to be him, please return him immediately. Shit's not funny anymore. Don't really get what he's referencing. What does this one say? Underrated even by... Okay, I don't know what the first review was going on about. This one's a 5-star review. This is by a guy called Mike Thorne, which arguably fake name, arguably Will Smith's burner account, potentially. Underrated even by Shyamalan enthusiasts. I've read comparisons to Malik and Herzog. Does anyone know what that stuff is? Should I be sort of upset that he's likened this to that? Is that like likening me to Messi or something? Which I think are absolutely on point. And I'd also favorably compare this to George Lucas's Star Wars prequels. Right. Painterly digital form plus archetypal myth making. He's trying to confuse me with long words and I won't have it. Extra textual references can only go so far, though this is another iteration of Shyamalan's career-long fixation played out against a blockbuster backdrop. Really gorgeous stuff. Really gorgeous stuff here, guys. Really gorgeous stuff. I imagine he leant back in the chair in the cinema when he thought that. I'm surprised this doesn't get more attention. 5 stars is crazy. Can you click on people and see other stuff they reviewed? Mike Thorne. I want to know what makes this guy tick. I want to see what other things are like in his 5 stars. Can I do that? Is that something I can do on this app? I think it is. I'm here. He has reviewed almost 5,000 films. He has reviewed 56 films this year already. I don't think I've seen 56 new films in the last 10 years. Genuinely, maybe not. Maybe like 5 years still. His four favorite films are. I mean, one of them's Citizen Kane. I've heard that, and I don't know the other 3. What did he give Dune? What did you give Dune, mate? I mean, I can't see what star rating he gave Dune. Maybe he didn't give it a score. He just scored it. I guess he didn't give it any star rating. He just said it just says nothing about this makes any sense, but it's kind of fun as an empty spectacle. I mean, that sounds like it wouldn't be a 5-star review. Kind of just sound. I mean, I need to know what his films he's giving for. I mean, I'm going on a real big tangent, but this is like a murder mystery. I'm like Benoit Blanc right now. I'm like, I need to know. I need to know. Sort by Mike's highest rating first. I need to know what else is up here. Is it going to be he gave Ferrari 5 stars? Not seen Ferrari. What's he? Has any of these films came out within the last 20 years? By the way, all these movie posters they came out in the 40s. He's one of those guys, no, but genuinely, all of these movie posters are like hand drawn, like 40s movies, which look at. Maybe he's like really old, and I don't know. God, he's such a film. No offense, Mike, but like I'm on page 2, and just everything up here is like the coldest take. It's just like, you know, when you watch people do like Letterboxd, my favorite Thor, not my favorite Thor. My favorite Thor would be Ragnarok, but no, my favorite 4. And then they always say films you never heard of. All of these 5-star films, by the way, he's got pages and pages of them. And after this is what's even funnier though, is that there is pages and pages of these old like classics, quote unquote, these old like films with the sort of hand drawn sort of artwork and stuff. And somewhere amongst all of this is also After Earth. It must be a troll in some kind of way. How can your brain be so left and right sided? I don't even know if that makes sense. The Wolf of Wall Street. That's the first one I've recognized here in a while. Oh, he's seen exactly 69 pages worth of films. Lol. I'm thinking I might add Mike Thorne as some kind of segment. I'm always looking for new parts. At the moment, it's like, go through the synopsis, see how your score compared to the average score, look through the director's other films, read out the most popular reviews, find your own review, log the review, promote your Letterboxd or whatever. And that's kind of how it goes. I kind of now want to, like, every single time I talk about a new film, grade that also specifically, yes, amongst the average rating, but also specifically amongst what Mike Thorne gave it. Because the duality of man within one man, sort of the Jekyll and Hyde of Mike Thorne, to have Citizen Kane and After Earth in his 5-star category, and the way he spoke about it, so like you heard me struggle to get through the words, and it didn't. I don't think he's trolling me, and if he is, he's winning. But um, I love that. I need to give it a review myself. After Earth, Will Smith, Jaden Smith, um, Smith squared. I'm spitballing here. I was about to say freeballing. That's something completely different. Um, I don't really know. I don't really want to go again and just call it like, you know, maybe after nepotism. Sometimes I think of them in response. Sometimes I say, you know what, you're gonna have to go check it out and find out if you want to know. It might be one of those days. But I'm thinking about trying to worm nepotism in there and trying to think about sort of a little pun. I'm giving it my all right now. After Earth. The thing is, it's hard when you don't actually remember the films that well. But I feel like there is nothing to remember in this film really. Maybe something along the lines of like fear is the mind killer. Like this film walked so Dune could run, something like that maybe. I know the books came out earlier, but look, it's just a little review. Something along those lines. Letterboxd is then somewhere. Click on it, and you'll know what I gave it. Who really cares? It's not a good film. If you've not seen it, watch it. Maybe you're the next Mike Thorne, and it'll become your next one of your favorites. I don't know. Give it a go. Let me know. Don't know what the next film will be. Maybe like Banshees of Inisherin. Oh, what? You didn't like it? Yeah. Well, we'll have to find out, won't we? But yes, today's was After Earth, and After Earth. Well, what do you want to be doing? I'm not doing that. I'm not adding questions at the end of these as a like new tradition because I will immediately forget and or immediately not have good enough questions to ask at the end. But yeah, After Earth, 1 star. Watch it. Thanks.